let's start. What I named this this vlog or podcast, जो भी हम उसको बोल रहे हैं, the hiatus, because that's what this is all about. You are. Hello.
बोलो.
So that's what this is all about, and you are coming back from your long break, and we want to know that how are you going to resume? What's new this time? What it's going to be?
Actually, I don't know. To be honest, I have no clue about it. But yeah, like let's count it down. I really did podcast kind of situation here, where we're interacting this way. I never did that, but I'm planning that this should be a full-time thing, considering that it's very hard to come up with new content, as in going ahead and shooting stuff, and again the same thing that we were talking कि हम Avengers बनाने निकलते हैं and बन के फिर निकलता है वो छोटा सा podcast ही है. So ठीक है. So because you are busy with your stuff, I'm busy with a lot of stuff. That is the idea, right? So let's just start small. That is what I've been thinking about, and it put in all the studies that I did, all the books that I've read into this little interaction that we do.
Right.
Okay. So if not for you, then I'll just I'll just go ahead and bring some other guy or some other person, or, just the same with you, the thing that was going on with you, right? You're gonna have to start a series.
Yeah.
So will I. So this is the starting point for both of us in that sense. So that is something new that I think. And I'm like, I don't know if you noticed in the past 1 year that I was posting, right? Like in the past 1 year that I was absent. Before that, I was posting every day, and I was posting quotes of the books that I used to read, right?
Correct.
That was the entire idea behind the entire page. Okay, I'm gonna post the stuff that I read, and it was good. Like it was good while it lasted.
Yeah.
And I had to leave it behind because I had a lot of epiphanies going on, that I can do this, I can do that, I should be doing this and that instead of WhatsApp or Instagram. WhatsApp instead of Instagram.
Correct.
So I started exploring those options, and now that I'm so indulged in all of those things, Instagram for me is now like very basic second nature. So this time it's gonna be very personal. It's gonna be very real, and it's gonna be more engaging, like in the sense that it is engaging me myself.
That's nice. I think all those people who are following you Instagram pe, they're really looking. They're not looking for, because they don't know yet when are you going to resume. But once you start, I think it बहुत अच्छा रहेगा उस चीज.
Even I feel that, like, all those people that are following me are not following me because के मैं बहुत ज़्यादा post कर रहा हूँ या मैं आड़े तिरछी चीजें पढ़ रहा हूँ. I don't know, like those people also have their number, or those people also exist के you follow me, I follow you. But most of the people that are following me are the people I genuinely know, right? Are these people जो हमारे time college में थे? Are these people who I know personally, जो मेरे जो मेरा personal crowd इधर है, the people that I know here, the personal circle that I have here,
right.
The people I know in Indore, the people who I know from Indore who've shifted to Pune or Mumbai or Bangalore. The people who know me via those people who shifted to Pune and Bangalore and Mumbai.
Correct.
Okay. So it's a very personal crowd that is following me. It's not like right. It's not very high profile or something. So for them, I believe it's not like they want the content kind of कि यार भाई तूने क्या चीज लिखी है यार, क्या बड़ा मजा आ गया, like Christopher Fitzgerald type. Nobody is expecting that shit from me.
Right.
I hope not. ठीक है.
So yeah.
That's the idea, that they're seeking something personal. Yeah.
No, so following on the same lines, your motto is Auxilio Divino Sic Parvis Magna. Did I pronounce it?
Auxilio Divino
Sic Parvis Magna. And like some days ago, आपने story डाली थी जिसपे you you explained the meaning of it, like greatness from small beginnings and small.
Yeah.
But I think उसके पीछे भी एक
Yeah.
story है. I mean, there's a story where there was a ring involved, where there was written engraved on it. Like, would you like to share that story?
Yeah, actually, Auxilio Divino Sic Parvis Magna actually means, like, it roughly translates. It's a Latin phrase, okay, which roughly translates into by the grace of God, I move from humble origins to
Okay.
greater challenges.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this quote has been there since time immemorial. Okay. But the most famous usage of this quote as a personal motto, and we know that as a personal motto because we've read this.
Right.
Okay. There was this guy, Sir Francis Drake, one of the greatest privateer. You understand what a privateer is? So
Not
a
exactly.
privateer in comic book language में anti-hero होता है.
Okay.
ठीक है. In a reality, he's a pirate, right?
Okay.
He does piracy and stuff.
Okay.
But when the time comes, he joins the forces with the Imperial Navy of Great Britain, and then sets out to sail and start destroying Spaniards and stuff. So Sir Francis Drake is considered to be one of the the greatest privateers of all time.
Okay.
And it was his motto. All right, it was his personal motto, Auxilio Divino Sic Parvis Magna.
Okay.
By the grace of God, I move from humble origins to greater challenges. So, like, how I came across it is a funny thing that I was playing this game Uncharted.
Okay.
I'm a huge gamer, as you know. Like,
Right.
okay, I'm a huge gamer. So there is this game called Uncharted. And उसकी story is story पे based है, Sir Francis Drake के उसमें, which is how I got the lead के I should read up more about Sir Francis Drake.
Alright.
ठीक है. This quote alongside my college time, my college time is so bloody messed up. This quote fits so perfectly with my vision of what I wanted to be, alongside what my reality was.
Correct.
Right? So I am a 5.4 out of 10 CGPA student in Bachelors of Civil Engineering. Okay. So those are my humble origins. Like I am that kind of a person जिसके 4.2 CGPA पे SGPA पे भी कोई बैक नहीं लगा था, जबकि उसका रूममेट जो था उसके 7.2 SGPA पे 2 बैक्स थे.
Wow.
So that's quite a humble origin in my opinion. So I started from there, and then we shifted to like gate, rank, and all those phases of my life today where I am. This fits perfectly. This motto fits perfectly with what we think, right? What I personally believe. That I started from there. I have a frame of reference. In this motto, I have a frame of reference from where I began.
Right.
All right. All the way to where I am, and finally to where I want to be. So,
okay.
Which is why this motto fits so perfectly in my life.
And which is why you adhere to it, and like that's basically the tagline which defines it.
Exactly. Which is how I would want to be, like, personally, which is what I would want to be defined by. Because like we all are defined by something, right?
Likewise, just I like to call myself as mindless. That's basically because there are like tons of thoughts and everything going around in my head, and it's just that art, or through writing or through any other channel I can like control it or bring that into hold. So maybe that's it.
Yeah. We all go through that.
So yeah, I was going through your page. Like I used to follow it religiously, like the last year, of course. But then you took this break, and I was going through the quotes. Although the quote series you used to do, right? You used to follow a quote series. So what quote series, like from which book or from which author was your favorite part to put it across? Like there are some posts, right? if you get my question, like there are some posts which just you're so excited to put it around, like for people to hear or people to listen.
Yeah. So like my favorite quote that I posted is basically the least liked quote on Instagram, perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously. It's from, but the thing is, the quote itself is not that meaningful. If you know, because everybody that is reading on Instagram those quotes are reading from a very out of the box context. They don't know what the book was about and how this is going on. While for me, when I'm posting those quotes, I know what the book was about, where this thing came into, and what this actually defines. So my favorite quote, like that I posted, was from the Motorcycle Diaries of Ernesto Guevara. Ernesto Guevara, we all know as Che Guevara, जिसकी टी-शर्ट हम इंडिया पे बहुत ज़्यादा famous देखते हैं.
हाँ,
ठीक है. So my quote was from Ernesto Guevara's Motorcycle Diaries. So basically, Ernesto Guevara is this guy. He's a revolutionary. He's a legendary person. Right. So he started his entire medical student, जैसे तुम और मैं नहीं है, जैसे हम engineering की पैदाइश नहीं, he was medical की पैदाइश था. So he started off as a medical student. He went about the country, the entire country. Basically, if I'm not wrong, he was from Argentina. I could not Google it. Like I told you that I would, but I was not able to. I'm not that fast. So I guess he was from Argentina, if I'm not wrong. Okay. So he roamed the breadth and depth of Argentina on his bike. And there he saw, like, what he saw changed him. It's a very real story. It's a very moving story that he saw people in pain. At that time, there was a great plague going on in Argentina, and a lot of slave kind of like hard labor thing going on. It was a very politically turmoiled and tumultuous place. That time of Argentina, right? So this guy went about from village to village and documenting everything, and by the time he was halfway through, he wasn't even complete. He was halfway through. He realized that जो कुछ भी मैं पढ़ के आया था और जो मुझे document करना है, that is basically useless in comparison to what is required, what is the need of the hour.
So what is the reality at that
Exactly. So coming from that perspective, it was a very moving book, like Motorcycle Diaries. If you can find Motorcycle Diaries, you should. So coming from that perspective, anything that came from Motorcycle Diaries had a very, very important impact on me. कि like यार seriously यार ये क्या बंदा था यार और ये क्या था. And people who saw Ernesto Guevara. So first of all, people don't know him as Ernesto Guevara, while I was the guy who posted him as Ernesto Guevara. People know Che Guevara. ठीक है?
Correct. हाँ.
ठीक है. Second, people don't know Che Guevara as this revolutionary. People know Che Guevara as this guy जिसका टी-शर्ट पे चेहरा आता है. ठीक है? The same guy जैसा Bob Marley है. So they have these two things in common. So people don't even know कि Che Guevara is a revolutionary जिसने बहुत सारे काम किए थे. So people know Ernest don't know all of that thing. So people could not even relate to what he was saying. You know, there was this quote in which he says that at that time I realized that the life of a man was more important than all the money in the world. Something about in those lines. So like for you and me, it sounds very for you, from coming from out of context, you think that it sounds very heroic and stuff. For him, and if you will read it, you will realize that this is a realization that he gets at that point. That he sees something happening and he realizes that yaar, this what I've been doing and from where I've been coming and jo meri lifestyle hai, compared to that, this is horrendous, man. This is heinous that is going on. So yeah, like the best quote that I personally feel that I posted is the least liked quote. Apparently.
Is it a pattern or something? Because sometimes when I post something, like when I make something and like I'm super excited to just post it and to share, and like I want people to see it, or to people to understand what I'm trying to convey. It's that one post that people don't follow much, or they don't like much. It's the same post, which feels really bad at times.
I don't know. It feels very associative, right? It feels very disconnected. Like जो हमको बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद है, वो जनता को समझ ही नहीं है.
Exactly.
Right. But that also goes to show, like, since I've been studying psychology since the past year, like, you know, right? I'm doing a master's in psychology.
Yes.
So what that actually goes to show what you like, and to the level to which people associate your those things, right? People should be as educated in that form as you to actually make that connection. ठीक है? Since you like something, that means that you are not, like, तुम आज उस point पे नहीं हो उस चीज को like करने के जिस point पे तुम शुरू हुए थे, right? ऐसा बहुत कम ऐसी चीजें होती हैं जो तुम्हें बहुत ही ज्यादा चीजें पसंद होती है ना, तो तुम उस point पे start नहीं हुए थे, तुम बहुत basic point पे start हुए थे. उस basic point पे everybody likes everything, ठीक है? And everybody can associate to everything, right? So to the point that we love something, like we love absolutely, like, anything. Like for me, that Che Guevara thing was something that I just loved. So people have not read that. People cannot associate to it. So it's very rare to find those people who can actually associate to these things that you like, that to that extent. And then they going ahead, taking their time out and double tapping on that screen and liking that. It's just that. It's not something to feel like, yeah, people, like, am I strange or something? You're not strange, actually. It's just that people are not that into that thing as much as you are, so they cannot associate themselves to that thing as much as you can.
So actually, I had 5 questions, which are more of like very like having a philosophical edge, and they not to be answered in yes and no. Matlab, they can't be 1 or 0, but I mean they can be, but usually अगर हम उसको अच्छे से एकदम अच्छे से बात करने जाए, exactly, तो वो काफी deep में जा सकता है. But what you need to do is you just need to answer it in yes or no. So and after all of that we could discuss कि कैसा है क्या है.
Sure.
ठीक है. So I've written it down.
Sure.
So the first one is the most important purpose in life to find happiness?
Is the most important purpose in life is to find happiness? Wow.
Yes or no?
That is actually very deep. No. An absolute no. Like a very, 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 very hard thought no. Like no. The most important purpose in life is not to find happiness. On a very basic term, it's the propagation and survival of our species. On a very basic term. There are 3 levels of truth that I believe in. One, that is a universal truth. That is a truth. Like that is basically science. That is true in under all observations, under all visions. It is true. Okay. And then there is natural truth, the things that apply to our surrounding, to our nature, how things happen and how things are happening. And then there is the third, that is personal truth. So the personal truth for everybody changes, right? On a universal truth scale, the most important purpose of a species is not to find its happiness, be it human or be it any other species. It's to ensure the survivability of its species and its reproduction. That's it.
Okay.
ठीक है. अब now the thing is, you can apply and you can align your personal truth to this universal truth and be like, nahi, ab now my survival is basically, my survival is related to my happiness. अगर मैं खुशी नहीं रहूँगी तो I'm gonna go ahead and do something bad about myself, right? So like now that is your personal truth getting calibrated as per your universal truth, but the universal truth does not change. It cannot in any case.
Right.
So that is my that is personally my sort of belief. Like everybody is open to their opinion. It's a free country. So like that is what my belief is.
Which is like absolutely having a good stand. Like you explained it quite well. Why you feel that it's not the most important purpose in life.
Yeah.
Shallow. Let's move on. Can achieving nothing make a person happy?
Can achieving nothing can make a person happy? Okay, now this is a tricky one. Like achieving something
yes
as
or
in
no?
success.
Yeah, I mean something which he or she was looking forward to from a long time.
Like not being able to achieve that what he's been thinking of achieving, or anything, like any general thing.
Any general thing.
No, it cannot make a person happy, because we're not made like that. This is where the science that I studied, again, like I'm a very scientific guy. I'm sorry if that does not resonate with you. I'm a very science based guy. This is where the science comes in. We're not the kind of people who gets this happiness by achieving nothing. All right, in any case we need some sort of reward. Okay, we've run by a very strong reward system in our head. Like even when, like this is making you happy, right? This is making me happy. Why is it making us happy? Because we're stepping out of our comfort zone and we're doing something. One. Number two, we're having a fun conversation and it is making us feel happy. Right? So this is the reason why we feel happy. A person who's doing nothing is basically either sleeping, right? Which is gonna make him happy, because irrespective of him addressing it or not, he's actually doing something that he likes. ठीक है, he might consider it कि मैं तो कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मुझे बहुत मजा आ रहा है, but subconsciously he's actually involved in something. He's either sleeping or resting or something that he likes. He's doing something that he likes. There is a reward that is attached to it. All right, he's getting rewarded by sleeping. What is the reward? He's getting like all that kind of sleep that he wants. Okay. So there is no such thing as you not doing anything and then not feeling happy. Like, and then feeling happy. Like there is no such thing as like that. In my opinion.
Okay. The next one was, does living your life for others make your life have a meaning?
Wow. Like these are good questions, yaar, Zara. These are some damn good questions. Wow.
I took some help from the net though, but input khud ka hai.
Like this is a good question. Actually, it does. Like you have, again, coming back to the first question. The way I explained it, the universal truth stands true. The entire purpose of life is to survive and propagate, right? So you don't survive and propagate by yourself. You're not the kind of organism to do that. You survive and propagate by like
people around
making sure, exactly, by the community around you, by the society around you. As much as I hate the word society, in this case it is necessary, right? So you that is the reason. Personally, in a very conservative sense, you can say that it is basically, you live for your parents, right? You live for their approval, for them to be proud of you, right? You live के तुम्हारे office में तुम्हारा नाम अच्छा हो, that you have the kind of credibility which attracts the trust and attracts the trust of your entire corporation. That is why we work so hard at office, right?
Definitely. That is why we're giving our best.
Exactly. तो जब हमें प्रमोट होता है तो our parents feel very proud. They're like, yeah, look at this is our offspring. So in all those senses, and for all those people who are trying to do that, they're living for somebody. Like they even if they don't realize it, they are living for somebody. ठीक है? Even those people on that sense जो बहुत show off करते हैं ना, like we are not very different. Like you and I are not very different from people who are जो हम TikTok पे देखते हैं. ठीक है? Those kind of crowd as well. Those people are also living for other people. More apparently, like it's more apparent that they are, but it's very apparent in our sense as well. We are just living for different people in our case. Like you might be living for some other person, I might be living for some other person, they might be living for a number of people, but then like we all are bound to that thing at some level or not. So we are actually living for other people.
Right. The next one is it intrigued me at a whole lot another level. It's do atheists make their own gods?
Do yes atheists makes their own gods? Like,
own gods.
Like if they're making their own gods up, aren't they not atheists then? Like the term atheist is defined by having no god.
Right? But definitely that's one point. But like what we have come to understand, what I have come to understand, that a lot of people whom I know, they call themselves atheists, but they are like experiencing this some power or some warmth, and they're following that. So does that make them any more of atheists? Like being an atheist, is it related to a religion, or like if you're following a religion, then you're or an ideology?
Right, that is the question, right? So like my personal, like I don't know about others, but my opinion is that I'm not an atheist. First of all, I'm not purely religious. Like you know me so very well. I'm not religious at all. In terms of religion, but I'm very religious about what I believe. And my sense of duty and my sense of working and my sense of religion, that is, I'm very religious about the belief that I have. I consider myself an agnostic rather than an atheist or a religious guy. So what an agnostic is? An agnostic is the one who neither denies nor accepts the presence of God. Like I am in that gray area where I can't say that God doesn't exist, and I don't go ahead and say that God doesn't exist. Okay, or does exist for that matter. I'm an agnostic. Like आज अगर भगवान मेरे सामने आके प्रकट हो गए, तो I'm gonna say wow, I'm what's up. ठीक है, but I'm not the kind of guy who will be like भगवान मेरे सामने आके आ ही जाओ, ठीक है. So I'm cool if he comes in front of me. I'll be like, wow, hi man, what's up? क्या हाल है? Like what makes you visit this
finally
earth? Right? ठीक है. कैसा आना हुआ, थोड़ा चाय पानी लो. I'm not gonna be like नहीं मैं तो तुम में विश्वास ही नहीं रखता. ठीक है. I'm like आओ थोड़ा चाय पानी लो. Let's have a chat. Like I feel grateful that you came here and blessed me. ठीक है.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go out openly and be like नहीं भगवान आओ यार क्या कर रहे हो? You're missing out on so much fun. ठीक है. I'm not gonna do that. ठीक है. So I consider myself an agnostic. But for atheist, like this is a very, personally I see it as a term definition. It's like an English term. जिसका definition defines. The moment an atheist defines a god, he's not an atheist
he's
anymore.
No more an atheist.
Right. Even if he wants to associate himself with the term, but he's not.
Right. No, that's right. So, okay, the last question, which is very basic. The thoughts जो हमें आते हैं, like on daily basis, do they have a pattern? Like, do they the thoughts we are getting now and then in any kabhi in a very difficult situation, if we are in a difficult situation, or when we are under stress or anxiety, do they have a pattern?
Yeah, they do actually. They have
And
a
like
very,
how?
very good. They have a very good pattern. Actually, this is a very scientific question. This is something that we achieve in psychology as well. But I'm
Okay.
not going to go into the science. I'm just going to tell you on a superficial level, because in science it gets very, very, very arduous to explain. You know?
Okay.
There's an entire
Very
what you just said. There's an entire subject that we study called cognitive psychology. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that cognitive psychology, and attitudes and behaviors, these are subjects that explain that, you know, that explore this question in a huge depth. But I'm not going to go into the science because, like, again, these are subjects and not just even books or something like that. So the science of it, like the basic fundamental science of it is, okay, you have to understand that willpower and feelings are not like these hallmarks or these benchmarks or these standards कि ये तो होना ही है. These are also kind of like your muscles. ठीक है? So you may be feeling very, very determined in the morning when you wake up कि नहीं आज तो मैं ये करूंगी. ठीक है? Or like for me कि आज तो मुझे ये करना ही है. You may be feeling very determined in the morning. But by the time when it's come winding down at 10 p.m. or something like midnight or something, when you've gone through all that hard-working day and all, you're feeling very tired. You might not be feeling that determined, right? That's not because you're a weak person or something. That's because you're tired, and that muscle that makes you feel determination is tired now. Okay, that needs to rest. And which is why these people that we see, like these leaders that we see, the leaders of today, of yesterday, of yesteryears, of even tomorrow, these people started with this muscle at a very early age, at a very early stage, right? So they just built up on that because it's a muscle, right? It's a muscle memory kind of a function. So they built up on this. Like every day they used to feel determined. Every other day they used to feel determined. And like we have physical bodybuilders, these are mental bodybuilders, right? So they have a very huge mental fortitude that is going on. They've been doing this shit for a long time.
And that is what makes them so resilient with
exactly that is what makes them so resilient towards their field, and what makes them these Goliaths in their particular fields. That is what makes them feel. That is what makes them what they are. It wasn't like कि तुम आज सोचोगी कि नहीं आज तो मैं Elon Musk बन जाऊंगी and I'm gonna find the boring company and now I'm gonna find the next SpaceX and I'm gonna do this. Alright, nobody's gonna question that. But तुम खुद ही थक जाओगी. At one point there are so many decisions, so much of hard work involved. तुम खुद ही थक जाओगे एक point पे जाके. And it's not like कि अगर वो भी आज को ही start करते तो वो भी थक जाते. They've built that muscle of that feeling for over so many time. Like वो इस चीज में इतना practice किए हैं कि now they're at a point that this comes like naturally to them. That is the gist of it. Decision making is very hard. It takes a lot of effort from yourself, because decision making is something that you don't do, like your body does that involuntarily. But decision making, when we talk about decision making, it's a voluntary action. It requires planning, it requires strategizing, it requires allocation of resources, it requires a lot of things. So decision making, very conscious decision making, it takes a lot of effort.
Definitely. I mean, the question which I asked, because what I've seen is कि a person इतनी मेहनत करने के बाद भी they won't come up with a good decision. They've, like, if a person has been in a position कि वो इतने efficient decisions नहीं बनाता है, तो इतना कुछ करने के बाद भी ऐसा हो सकता है कि they do not come up with a good decision.
हाँ हाँ, of course, क्यों नहीं हो सकता भाई? Like, look at me for example. Like I've always been an average student. ठीक है? Since schooling, I was an average kid. Like there was this one time in my 7th or 8th when I scored like 95, 96. ठीक है? But like that is the one time that I can actually tell you that I scored that much. I'm also the student who failed his 4th class quarterlies.
Okay.
Who on earth fails a 4th class, yaar? You know, they actually made my parents sign an undertaking कि ये आगे fail नहीं होगा. And my parents were like कि ये fail नहीं होगा, and I was like, how can you be so sure? Maybe I can. like you don't know.
Who knows? Yeah.
ठीक है. So I've been failing all my life in everything basically. I chose the wrong profession as well. Like I am a structural engineer today. Allah ke shukr se I'm a very good structural engineer at this point of time in my life, and I'm very I'm very thankful to God that I am. But it like considering from my experience, I was a bit. If I were to make that decision again, I would have been a better computer science engineer. I don't know. Like that's what I feel. I was really good at IP in my schooling time, but I never chose IP, right? I was really bad in mechanics, but here I am as a structural engineer whose sole purpose is solving mechanics. Right? So it's not that you fail all the time and you start feeling that अब तुम इतना fail हो गए हो और तुम्हें experience आ गया तो तुम fail नहीं हो गए. Of course you're gonna fail. That's not what growing up is. You're gonna fail, of course. But the growing up wala part is, and maturity wala part is how to cope with it and how to still persist through it. You know,
Right.
persistence is the key to everything. ठीक है? तुम दुनिया की बड़ी से बड़ी प्रॉब्लम उठा लो, and the only people who are able to shape this world are the people who have persisted through their own demons and through the demons of this world.
Correct. Right.
Right. In terms of politics that has happened, in terms of leadership that has happened, in terms of corporate that has happened, in every which way that has happened, personal victories and global victories are defined by the communities or the people who have persisted through a long phase of something bad. Okay? And that long phase of something bad might be the failure of the entire community being focused on the person itself, or the failure of that person focusing on that person itself, or like the failure of the person you know, focusing on that entire community. Right. So that is the thing. Like you have to persist through it, and you won't be like कि तुम Albert Einstein के level के पहुंच गए और तुम बहुत ज़्यादा intelligent हो गए, so now you're not prone to failure. In fact, there is this very interesting quote that I read, which I feel applies here as well. As the cone of your knowledge grows, so does the circumference of your ignorance.
Oh, nice.
ठीक है. So, अगर तुम एक सर्कल कंसिडर करो, and उस सर्कल में तुम एक कोन बनाओ, like cone as in like सेक्टर टाइप नहीं बनाते थे हम जो पढ़ते थे. एक छोटा सा acute angle का सेक्टर तुम बनाओ. तो as the radius of that knowledge grows, right? जैसे जैसे वो कोन का एरिया बढ़ता जाता है, so does the area जो कि engulf नहीं है उसमें, है ना? That area defines your ignorance, right?
Ignorance.
तो तुम अपनी फील्ड में भले ही तुम फेल नहीं हो गए, लेकिन बाकी तुम्हारी the probability of you failing in every other field increases exponentially.
Correct.
That is actually like ये तो तुम मैथमेटिकली भी निकाल सकते हो अगर बैठो तो. लोग निकाल सकते ही होंगे, लोगों ने निकाला भी होगा. I don't know, like people do all sorts of shit.
Yeah.